Hi everyone, so it's actually been a while, hasn't it, since I've filmed a video. I didn't anticipate having such a long break, but a lot of things have happened that have meant that I either haven't had time or I've just physically and mentally not been able to. But I want to kind of go into a few things that's been happening in my life recently because we haven't had a catch up in a while. So I have my cup of tea and we're just going to talk about a few things. So the first thing I want to do is a little autism update. So as you will know, because I posted a video about it, I got my diagnosis of autism on the 3rd of September last year, which answered a lot of my questions, and I felt so validated and happy, and I was like, yes, this is finally what I need. But at that assessment, because I don't think I went fully into the assessment process and things like that, during the assessment process, my assessors said it might be worth being tested for ADHD. Now, this was never something that I related to. It was never something that I thought I would have. And I think that might be because of a lot of preconceptions regarding ADHD. Because people think you have to be really, really hyper and blah, but you don't. And then when I actually looked into it properly, I do actually have a lot of the symptoms of ADHD. And just because I'm not kind of hyperactive and things like that, I do tend to find it hard to know when I need to enter a conversation. I do interrupt people quite a lot. My attention span is so poor. I frequently start and stop tasks, so I'll be halfway through something and I'll start something else, and then because of my autism, I'll get flustered. So really, I probably do think it is something that I'm going to pursue. And I never thought I would, but here we are. And that will be happening tomorrow. So tomorrow I have my follow-up appointment. Basically, when you get diagnosed with autism, they offer you a follow-up appointment just to discuss the assessment, any questions or anything like that that you have. And that's going to be one of the things I ask. Can I have a referral to the ADHD team? The lady who is doing my follow-up assessment did say to me that the waiting list isn't as long for ADHD, which is a good thing. So we're going to go for that. And I also am going to ask about post-diagnostic care, because for me, I don't like the idea of getting a diagnosis and then being left in a limbo. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel comfortable, especially as someone who does suffer with mental health issues quite a lot because of varying factors. I like to know that there is going to be someone looking after my care. My cat's having a bit of a mad half hour and the sun's just decided to come out, so my apologies. Yes, so I like the idea of someone constantly having responsibility over my care, which I'm going to ask about because it would make me feel a lot better. I already have one consultant. I don't know why I'm holding up my pinky finger to say one consultant, but there we are. One consultant. He specialises in endocrinology, and he is responsible for monitoring my Turner syndrome, which is very much a physical thing, but it can also have mental health impacts as well. So he was saying a lot of Turner's girls can also be autistic, have learning disabilities, which I do and I have. So we're going to see what the conversation is tomorrow, but I can update you on that if you'd like. What else can I update you on? So I started back at university in November. I don't know whether I went into that. I started back at university and it's actually been really fantastic. I'm really loving the course. I'm really interested in the areas that I've done my essays on. And we're going into semester 2. And I'm just really looking forward to getting my master's and then looking at applying for PhD, because that is ultimately what I want to do, even though a lot of people will say, oh, you're not capable, oh, you'll find it too stressful. Here I am, you know what I mean? I'm here and I'm coping and I'm actually doing pretty well in terms of uni side of things. It's other outside factors that are causing me stress, but we're not going to go into that too much. So yeah, I'm really loving it. I submitted my first 2 essays and I'm waiting for those marks back. I think I'm due to get one of the marks back next week. So here's hoping that I've actually done quite well, because that'll be amazing and that'll just sort of solidify that I'm meant to be there and that's what I'm meant to be doing, and it'll make me really happy. So I started university, I've given you an autism update. Oh, one very exciting thing. So me and my boyfriend have been thinking about adopting another cat for a little while, and our landlord has finally given the go-ahead. We didn't message him because we weren't sure whether he was going to say yes or no, and we didn't know the situation. And I was at Cappuccino in Newcastle with my friend Sophie, and I was having a conversation with Sophie on the way there about us potentially adopting another cat, and she was like, just text him, just do it, see what he says. And I was just like, yeah, you know what. So I sent a text message and he replied a day later saying, yes, that's absolutely fine with me. So me and my boyfriend are now on a hunt for potentially a kitten, we're thinking. But we are open to adopting an older cat, and I think everybody should be open to adopting an older cat, because a lot of people just go straight for the cute little small kittens and kind of neglect the older cats. They're a lot harder to rehome and they're not rehomed as often, so please consider adopting an older cat as well, because they're important. So I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be a lot of extra responsibility and a lot of extra things that we're going to have to take into consideration, but it'll be worth it, I think. It'll be worth it. So today I'm not actually at work. I was meant to have a lecture, but I am currently waiting on Disabled Students Allowance coming to do a workplace assessment at my desk, which is in the flat, just to make sure that when I'm doing my work that I'm comfortable and things. So I'm just waiting on that to happen. And then I think I'm just going to spend the rest of the day relaxing, because it's very rare that I get a day where I can just be in the flat and have no responsibilities or little responsibilities. So that is what I'm going to do, I think. It's a rarity, and I'm not complaining about it at all, because I do need time to switch off. I find it very, very hard, but there are days where I do need to do that. So today is going to be one of those days, and because tomorrow is going to be such a busy day with my autism follow-up appointment, I also have a appointment with my personal tutor, and he's going to be supervising one of my essays. So I've got an appointment with him to go through some potential question ideas and things like that. I don't suppose you would want a video on my interests in history. I don't know whether that would be something you would like, but one of my essays is going to be on Victorian asylums, and I specifically wanted to focus on how Victorian asylums have institutional sexism and they're used to oppress women, and psychological diagnoses were used to oppress women in some circumstances. So that's particularly what I want to explore, but we'll see what my essay supervisor thinks about that topic. My other essay is going to be on schizophrenia in post-World War II, which I'm really excited. I've got a meeting with my supervisor for that on Monday. I had to take a day off work, but that's fine. So I'm really looking forward to that, actually. Very much excited. And I think it's just been very busy sort of the past few weeks. I've got the dentist, not next week, but week after. Basically my days off are jam-packed, and it's very hard to fit anything in. So, like, for example, I have work on Saturday. I'm meeting my friend Rachel after work, and I know I'm going to be tired, even though I've just had my B12 injection yesterday morning. It takes a good 4 or 5 days to actually kick in, so I'm grateful that I have today just to relax. So hopefully on Saturday, when I finish work, that I won't want to fall asleep, basically. And I feel really bad for saying that, but yeah. Yes, I do pick cups up like this, by the way. I can't pick it up like that, but my hands are naturally very cold, so the warmth is nice on my hands. What else do I want to talk about in this little update? Oh, I keep thinking of things just like off the cuff. So I have 2 tattoos coming up this year. One tattoo I'm getting on the 1st of April, and it's the start of a leg sleeve, which I am absolutely buzzing for. I don't really want to go into my idea in case anyone takes it, but I am getting tattooed by Emma Sam at Northside in Newcastle, and I'm so looking forward to it. I will say it's Harry Potter themed, but I'm not going to go into sort of, because I didn't want it to be Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want it to be overly Harry Potter themed. So I am letting her do her thing and designing the tattoo. And then in July, hopefully, I've booked the time off. So we will see whether I can get booked in, but I am hopefully going to get tattooed for my birthday in July by Hannah May, and oh my god, she's if you like Disney, check out her account, because honestly, it's incredible. Her talent is just up there, and I can't wait to get tattooed by her. And I'm also not going to tell you that idea either, because a lot of people will try and steal my ideas, and I know there's quite a lot of videos going around about tattoo copying and things like that, and I'm just very, like, obviously, I mean, you can see I have my cat lady, my rose, and follow armband and things. Like, I don't mind showing you existing tattoos, but new tattoo ideas, like I also have. I've done a tattoo tour, I'm sure. But no, I'm quite funny about telling people what I'm going to get. Some people do know, but other people don't, for that specific reason. But no, I've just got my little Chewy gem, just chilling. I never go out without this, ever. It's just my comfort blanket. If I don't have this, I have meltdowns. So, I don't know whether you'll be able to see, but it's got like little bubbles, and it's nice to feel. I know what else to tell you as well. I recently ordered a Haname tattoo print, and it's a frozen print. I am picking that up tomorrow. It will probably be on my Instagram, of what it looks like. And I'm so excited. Oh, so excited. I also, for those of you who are autistic and you're watching this, I ordered a autism alert card from the Aspie World. So the Aspie World, his channel is all about autism awareness, but he also has ADHD, OCD, and dyslexia. Please, someone correct me if that's not right. But he has his own merch, and one of the really good things that he sells is autism alert cards. I think I paid £5 for it, I'm sure, but it's worth every penny. So basically what it is, if you're in a situation where you're non-verbal or you're finding communicating quite difficult and you don't kind of know how to express yourself, you can show the person this card and then they can read the back of it, which I don't have it with me right now. It's in my bag, but it's basically just a little card. It has your name on it and a contact number on it in emergencies. And also it basically just says the holder of this card has autism, they may have communication difficulties, please be patient and be tolerant. And it's just an incredible thing. I mean, if you're out in public, for example, it's going to be really handy when I use the metros, because in the northeast of England we have a metro system and I can sometimes get overwhelmed and flustered on that. So if I need a seat or if I need people to kind of just give me a bit of space, I could probably just show them that. And then they would understand, which is a good thing, definitely. And I just think it's fantastic. I mean, I definitely want to do more autism in girls raising awareness kind of deal. It's so important because so many girls go undiagnosed or they're misdiagnosed, and it's just... Oh, my cat's behind me. Hello, JJ. Gonna say hi. He's being a little grump today. A big grump, actually, not even just a little grump. But yes, I want to raise awareness of that because, you know, lots of women on the spectrum get diagnosed with BPD, mainly, which is borderline personality disorder, which leads me nicely, actually, into a bit of a mental health update. So, until recently, actually, I'm starting to feel a lot more zenned out, but I had a bit of a tough time mentally, which some of you will have seen sort of a few weeks ago. I'm now seeing a mental health nurse, and I am in the process of starting dialectical behavioural therapy, which is specifically designed for people with borderline personality disorder. But because I struggle a lot with emotional regulation and things, and then managing my distress if I'm in a meltdown mode, I am hoping that this is really going to help me, and I am very excited to see what it's going to do, basically. Because I've had cognitive behavioural therapy before, and sometimes it's not for everybody, basically, is what I'm getting at. CBT, it's great for some people, and it's a brilliant treatment that's offered, but it doesn't work for everybody for various reasons. So for me, I couldn't quite... Basically, the premise of it is changing your thought process, and the therapist will give you building blocks to change that mental process. Now, I'm not saying I'm lazy. What I am saying is, when you're autistic, your brain is wired differently to everybody else's. You work in a different way and you perceive the world in a different way. So these things that they're saying you need to change can be quite difficult to actually see. And And that's what I found hard about CBT, to be honest. So we're going to try dialectical behavioural therapy to see what that's about. And I am doing okay. I have had a lot of things going on recently, but I've for the most part been okay. And I think it's really important to talk about mental health, and it's really important to realise that actually it's not just anxiety and depression, but there are a lot of other mental health conditions that can impact you on the daily. So I watch Scottish YouTubers, Trans Life and Wife, and they are Charlie and Lauren, and Lauren struggles with OCD and BPD. And it's important because a lot of people are just like, oh, just mental health, and you instantly think of anxiety and depression. And it's really good to raise awareness for other conditions and how they impact people on the daily. So for example, I mean, I know autism isn't a mental health condition, it's a neurological developmental disorder. But my autism impacts me daily in terms of what I can and can't do. So today I'm actually, I actually feel like I can function today, which is nice. But I think that's because I don't have anything sort of planned today, which is very unusual for me. When I have too much on, I really struggle. And one of my coping mechanisms for that is to diarise everything. So I have my 2020 diary and I have to write everything in as it happens, or I just forget. Which is also actually a common symptom of ADHD, forgetfulness, which I definitely have. There'll be times where I'll put my phone down and my boyfriend will have to help me find it, and he was like, where were you last with it? And I'll be like, I don't know. So it's just how it is. Yeah, so that's my little update for now. I am going to do some more videos. I am looking forward to doing more videos. I'm back now. I can't guarantee when I'm going to film. It will probably be just as of when I can. But yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. It's really nice to be back, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.